Verse 599. It is only in accordance with general convention that a chain of mutual dependence is talked of. Birth has no sense when the chain of dependence is severed. If you haven't watched the previous video, it might be worth doing so. The previous video focused on the impact of not subscribing to the historical story, the story that gives rise to us in the present moment. Stories of creation. Such stories are okay from a conventional point of view, but spiritually they diminish us because they put the source of our reality at some point in the distant past, whereas the source of our reality is happening right here, right now. So as enlightenment practitioners, this is what we need to come back to. We need to sever this chain of causation, this belief that everything arose from a certain set of conditions, whether automatic conditions or divinely inspired conditions many years ago. This is actually quite an undermining story as far as our spiritual realization is concerned. The source, the reality of everything is accessible to us right here, right now. So this idea of birth, the universe was given birth to, reality was given birth to at some point in the distant past. That idea has no meaning when we no longer subscribe to that story, which I suspect none of us really do, except in a mental sense. So let's enjoy being free of that story. However, there's another thing going on here. This chain of mutual dependence is possibly not talking about it, but there is this chain of mutual dependence in Buddhism, sometimes called the chain of conditioned co-production, which we see in the image known as the Wheel of Life, or the Bhava Chakra. There are 12 links, 12 nidanas, which are mutually interdependent, and they give rise to our present limited state, one of suffering, one of ignorance, one of suffering born of ignorance, which ends in old age, sickness and death. The basic Buddhist teachings are very much in terms of causation. And the cause of suffering is due to one of these links. The one concerned with craving. And this is usually understood as craving for things, craving for conditions, craving for certain sets of conditions, certain feelings. But it's actually subtler than that. This craving, which is at the cause of our suffering, is actually happening every time the attention goes out of itself. And it only goes out of itself because of the belief that there's an external world out there. And that external world holds certain promises. So the attention goes out into it, looking for satisfaction. So the attention here is buying into this story of causation, the story of the world. The world's out there. It's been out there for a very long time. It's got a beginning. God made it. There was a big bang. Whatever. And that's the story we get lost in. And we get lost in that story and we suffer. But if we realise that the universe was never born, that there is in fact no world out there, then there's only one place to come back to, which is right here. Right here. This cuts through desire at a stroke. What rationale or what excuse has the attention for going out there, for projecting itself out there? It happens automatically, just as dreams happen. Dreams happen and the attention goes out into them, out into the world that it itself created. As enlightenment practitioners though, when this happens, we take the opportunity, when we remember, to bring the attention back once more to the fullness and the reality of the present moment. And what I mean by the present moment is the awareness as it is right now. And this is a very rich thing, which I've been describing recently as the rainbow body. All these scintillating colours of various hues, each of them a quality of this awareness that is hearing this. The awareness that is hearing this is the prime awareness. It's full of spaciousness, acceptance, lovingness, freshness, miraculousness, humour, mischief. This awareness is suchness, and these are some of its rainbow colours.